Hello, wonderful coach. How's your adventure going so far? I hope you're having fun collecting all those pineapples. Here we go with getting visible in the world. So this section, this lesson, is part of the flowers. So pretty. See this? We're going to start you off with some easier baby steps. The sweeter kind of ones that will get the ball rolling for you. Those first foundational pieces that if you keep doing them consistently are going to pay off big time ultimately in the end. You just have to have some patience. So some things about being a flower or some things about being visible, right? No one is going to hire you if they don't know you exist. And contrary to the secret popular beliefs that I think everyone hopes are true, feels like as they're going through their coach training and are like, I love this thing, I love coaching. Now that I know how to do it, my clients are gonna just knock on my door. They're not. Your clients are not gonna knock on your door. Nobody knows that you exist. Sorry to break it to you. It's your job to make sure that they find out. And they can, and it can be fun. My friend Allison Crow, she says, don't be a secret agent. Don't be a secret agent. Be a really well-known agent of change, of transformation, of whatever it is that you do. Let everybody know. It would be so sad that this flower was just hidden. Why? Why no one can enjoy it? Let the people see. Tell them about it. Yeah? So some tips on visibility, some things about why it's important. The statistics are from people who are marketers, from sales figures, from how long does it take to really develop the kind of know, like, and trust factor that people talk about so famously, is that for every client that you create, factor in about 7 hours of contact, 7 hours of work, 7 hours per client of you doing things in the world and with them in conversations and whatever it is that they're having experiences somehow with you before they have enough trust, relating, resonance, this person's my people, and exposure to social proof, to being really clear that you can help them with whatever it is that they want. 7 hours, 11 touch points. So they need to have met you at the thing, had Uncle Bob also tell them how awesome you are, saw your website, noticed a couple things on like YouTube or Facebook, another person told them how great they are, that may be it, right? Or one of those things can be a powerful conversation with you. One of those things could be a meetup that they went to, but they also have to have seen you in a bunch of other places. When they start kind of getting like, your name from all this different angles, it's like, this person must be legit. That's how you build authority and let people know I exist and I count. I'm not just a dabbler, right? How many coaches have you seen online as you scroll through your feed where like you see 3, 5, 10 things from them for about a month or two and then they kind of go away? If that's how you do it, nothing's going to happen. Don't even bother, right? So persistence and spread. Maybe if you do things only in person, make sure that they get to meet you in person a bunch of times before you ever can create them as a client. And 4 different locations, right? So just 11 Facebook ads aren't gonna do it. They need 4 different kinds of contact with you to really develop that trust, okay? Which is really great why we could diversify. That's some statistics, some numbers. Go by those, okay? You're gonna need to get out of the house to get visible. Get out of the house. We got lots of pineapple challenges for you to get out of your home. And when you do it, have a certain kind of way of being, okay? So it's no longer enough for you to be visible in the world just by like showing up. I don't care if you're an extrovert or an introvert or an ambivert or a middle of the road divert, whatever it is that you are, the way that you're being now in the world is different in 2 main ways. One, I'm gonna put this beautiful flower down. One is the vibe that you give off, okay? What you do with your presence as you're being visible in terms of your business is modeling for them an example of what is possible. So the communication is that you're not saying outright with words, but it's more powerful than words. How you use your body language, what it is that you're wearing, how you walk into the room, who you talk to, how comfortable you feel, how enthusiastic and alive and excited you feel, how powerful and clear you are. All of that demonstrates that if you're around me, you can be like me too, right? I'm a coach about this stuff, and these are the things that I know, and the result of all of this stuff and wisdom within me that I can share with you is you're the example of that. So when you're out in the world in any kind of way that has to do with your business and creating clients, make sure that you do whatever you need to do before you walk out the door, right? Or in the car, or go to the bathroom, or do some power poses, or whatever it is you need to do. Just close your eyes and be like, what is the thing that I'm sharing with the world? Touch into your power and be powerful and wonderful and visible. Yeah. The other thing is, as you're walking around in the world as a visibility magnet, make sure that you open your visors, take the blinders off. Often we're walking around and we're thinking about, how do I get my coffee faster? We're thinking about our problems and the next steps in our day at the grocery store, right? What if instead your eyes are open, your attention, the flashlight of your intention isn't inside, it's outside. It's curiosity about others, right? You're the one that's going to have to be curious, initiate, create that energy, right? So your way in the world feels really good in your body to yourself, right? You are the example of the thing, and your attention is on finding out how cool all the other people are. Instead of, I just got cut off in traffic, or how do I get to my appointment faster? That's how clients are everywhere. Okay, those are pointers on that. Another pointer, forget business cards. Business cards are lazy. Eventually you can have business cards once you kind of get the hang of things. But I've experienced for myself and for my clients that they think that like, being a professional, I got to get a logo and my branding and my colors. And once I have a business card, now I'm for real and I can go to the networking events and whatnot. And I went to the conference and I gave out 30 business cards. Guess what? That doesn't matter. Nobody's going to call you. It's completely irrelevant that you gave out business cards. You need to gather their information and stay in leadership and follow up with them immediately after that. Business cards kind of end up being like a crutch where we think we did something useful and we never did. I didn't have business cards until a year ago, and I've been doing this for 10 years. Really helpful so that you don't get lazy with the business cards. Do stuff. So if we're talking about visibility, letting people know about what we're doing and how exciting life is and what's possible and all these sorts of insights, they're not going to happen if you hang out in your house and watch Netflix all day, right? It's really easy to create content. It's really easy to share insights and be inspiring and be interesting, provoke curiosity in others when you're busy in life, having life, doing things, building your business, doing things that are related to what you're helping people with. So make sure that you are actively engaged in the world and then document it as it's going on and show people, right? Share your story, show your work. In the course of creating this course, for example, I've been taking pictures of my setup and I've been doing polls on Facebook. What do you guys think? What should I call it? All along the way, my feelings about the whole thing. It's a big adventure for me. You don't need to be the expert. You can take people along the journey of your learning and doing and adventuring. They love that, your stories. But you got to make sure you're doing something, okay? So demonstrate what it is that you're doing. There you go. Make sure that when you're being visible online, you do it well, right? Like, smile with your eyes in your professional photos on your website. Make sure you have professional photos on your website. Just skip the amateur stuff and actually do it in a way that it looks good. You don't need to have a fancy camera. You could do it with your iPhone. Just make sure you have enough light. Or if you're creating videos, make sure that you have a good audio. The audio is more important than the light even, right? You could tell when you're scrolling through, some people, you hit play and you could hear the echo and they sound distant. How do you feel when you see that? Skip the part. Don't do that part. Be the part where you just do it in a way that seems professional yet loose and natural. Go all the way to doing it well and feeling really good about how you're presenting yourself in the world. And the last two pieces that are very, very important. First one, don't be afraid to brag. Learn how to brag. Be totally over the top with telling people that you're amazing. You have to do it. You have to self-promote. It's totally okay to do it. Some people have an easier time with that than others. Men generally have an easier time than that with women, which is part of the reason that there are more men who get promoted and women feel like I'm going to get the promotion if I do lots of hard work and it's a meritocracy and the boss is going to see that I did a lot of the excellent projects and got good results. And somehow their colleague who doesn't but talks a lot about how great they are, they're the one that get the promotion. There's just a human psychological reason why. So you need to brag, and you can do it without being cocky. You can tell people in a connected way, I'm really good at what I do. You got nothing to prove. You're not doing it from ego. You're still humble. You're just telling the truth. Don't be ashamed of that. I'm an expert at la la la. People want to know that you're an expert. It actually makes them feel good. So start practicing bragging. Brag all over the Facebook group. I want to see tons and tons and tons of brags we could celebrate. It's so awesome. So one is bragging. The other one is vulnerability. As coaches, we're really good at this. And we know that being able to be vulnerable, especially publicly, is actually indicative of a lot of core inner strength. We therefore know that no one can really hurt us and so can afford to be vulnerable. Whereas people who are more armored, that means that inside there's more insecurity. So vulnerability really is strength, which is cool. We're all coaches. We all know this. And the more you share vulnerably, visibly to the world, the better it is. However, make sure that you've first established authority so people know that you're good at what you do and you're an expert. Don't just start with vulnerability with a total stranger. That's a little bit strange. So make sure they know that you know what you're about. And also, when you share that vulnerability, make sure you feel the story you're telling. Like you're not telling about the story, you're actually in it. So that sense, that emotion happens up to about 70%. Don't go all the way in there. And at the end of your story, turn it around and tell the insight and share how you got out of it, right? Kind of like in my success, the dark side of success video. I let you see my heart and the pain, but at the end, and this is what I'm doing about it, and I'm totally fine. Make sure your clients and potential clients never have to feel that they need to help you. You don't need help, but you are sharing vulnerably. Those are those. There you have it. Tips on visibility. How you can do it to start creating your little garden of flowers.